She has curly hair like mine. We have the same glasses. She's smart like me. She's my new best friend. Best friends for all kids.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, inventor of MyPillow. Thanks to your support, you've helped make MyPillow become one of the fastest growing companies in America. Over the last 12 years, you've helped MyPillow create thousands of jobs right here in the USA.
When I got MyPillow, I'm asleep almost immediately. I stay asleep at night and I wake up more well-rested in the morning.
That's why I invented MyPillow. My patented fill adjusts to your exact individual needs and helps keep your neck supported and alive. I'm interrupting this commercial to bring you my BOGO extravaganza. For example, you get one of my Giza Dream bed sheets and you get a second set absolutely free. Or my 6-piece towel sets. Buy one set, get another one absolutely free. Or get my classic premium MyPillow and get another one absolutely free. So call the number on your screen or go to mypillow.com and use your promo code to get my buy one, get one free offers and get deep discounts on all MyPillow products.
Teaching her how to drive. But Dad, why not use Greenlight to help her save for her own car? Mowing lawns, getting paid. Oh, smoothies. Is that strawberry? Soon, she'll go from washing your car to flexing with her own. Even better, teach her how to invest in cars. Saving and investing. Because when you teach her how to be smart about money, she'll go far. Real far. Invest in your best investment. Greenlight.
Welcome back to the DIFY show, the show where others do it for you. Today we're going to DIFY a broken sewer line. The first step is to have HomeServe in place. HomeServe will do it for you with home repair plans starting at just $7.99 a month. The next step, we're going to roll these bocce balls towards that smaller ball. Oh, good roll. Did you feel that? That must have felt great. And that's how you DIY a broken sewer line. That's our show today. Let HomeServe do it for you with plans starting at just $7.99 a month. Go to homeserve.com or call now. Wait, what time is it? Time for the light show. FXX the movies. I'm all in. Incoming!
Is that a giant...
Wait, you should see something.
Let me show you what a little weird. It's gone!
Buckle up, guys. This is amazing.
This is impossible. I'm on my way now to pick up actor Ashton Kutcher. He said to me he wants me pushed. You come to the right place.
Tomorrow, we're going to have to cross a big ravine. And if you fall off, you don't let go. You mean don't let go and fall down into the ravine? I don't know how I feel about that. I'm going to practice on this rope until I feel proficient. All right, here we go.
Running Wild with Bear Grylls, Monday at 9 on National Geographic.
Welcome to the world premiere of the FX original series, The Bear. A young man from the world of fine dining comes home to Chicago to run his family's sandwich shop after a heartbreaking death. He must balance the challenges of operating a small business, a strong-willed kitchen staff,
Bread stays the same. Gravy stays the same.
and strained family relationships.
Only appear when you need something. You never got back to me about the thing. You spent every minute since you've been back in that restaurant.
This is what real kitchens do, guys. This is what real teams do. Okay, my character is Carmi Berzado. He's a young chef that comes home after his brother's death, and he inherits his family restaurant. He's trying to make something new out of it. He's coming up against a lot of conflict from the people who've worked there for a long time.
Get your ass back in there and you make that spaghetti.
I play Natalie Berzado, or Sugar, who is Carmi's sister, and she is really excited that Carmi is back in Chicago, but she feels really torn up because she feels like he's unavailable to her. So she's pulling and trying to get something from him, and that's very frustrating for her.
Yo,
That's how you say hello to me.
I play Sydney, who comes into the restaurant.
Hi. Hello.
Looking to prove herself to Carmi, looking to prove herself to the rest of the crew of the restaurant, sort of make a name for herself.
Well, it's a new recipe. What'd I just say?
I play a guy called Richie Yermovich, who's a real Chicago native, has a very strong belief of how there's a right way and a wrong way to do things.
That's usually his way.
Yeah, exactly.
We are going to be on our best behavior.
My character is Tina. She's really rough around the edges. She's been working at the Bear for a really long time, but it's not just her job, it's her family, it's her support system. You know, she doesn't suffer fools.
you cut vegetables like a bitch.
And you mentioned family. Can you tell us how the series explores family relationships, both the family you're born in and the ones you make?
They kind of mirror each other, so there's a lot of love, there's a lot of sacrifice, there's a lot of loyalty, but it is toxic as hell.
Like a lot of
Just
families.
like real families.
It's a lot about like found family. I think what it kind of attracted me to the role of Carmi is I don't think I've read a lonelier character. And this arc is kind of about opening up and welcoming people in, and that was a story I thought was worth telling. I went to an Al-Anon meeting. My brother, he was an addict.
Carmi doesn't want to deal with his family. The pain is too much, and so he loses himself in the kitchen and the family there. And I think that is really universal about all of us at work. You find your chosen family, and I think that's even more true in the kitchen because it's so intense.
3 hours to open, chef. Who are you yelling at, Carmi?
Yeah, there's a lot of yelling, there's a lot of eating, which I feel like feels very true to my family at least.
Wrigley didn't deliver enough meat this week.
Why didn't Wrigley deliver?
Because we're out of money.
Everybody in the world needs to get this question. What is the worst thing you've ever done?
There's been a violent attack on an American athlete.
It's the worst call in the history of sports.
Sosa set to drive.
Street smart. This man was an Einstein.
At the height of her career, Maya Moore stepping away from basketball to fight for justice.
We're back at the world premiere of the FX original series, The Bear. Can you talk to us about authenticity and how this creative team brings the camaraderie and chaos of kitchen work to life?
That was sort of how we built the show. It was around having chef consultants. They would come into the writer's room and answer our questions and tell us these insane stories. You know, how things work in a kitchen, but also, the passion and those relationships.
So how you gonna pass the family test? Delicious or impressive?
Delicious is impressive.
We trained. I trained. IO trained. Everybody trained. We all became pretty good, pretty okay chefs.
They built working kitchens for us, and being in these small kind of confined spaces, we worked very quickly and had a real immediate, spontaneous sort of working environment. It was very quick and compact and combustible.
When all the burners were on, it got hot. That helped add authenticity for sure. The sweat is sweat.
You see a lot of sweat in
The
that.
sweat is sweat, yeah. The sweat's real.
If you ran a restaurant, what kind would it be and why?
It would be a bakery. I'm an avid baker.
Chef.
After this show and learning more about just how hard it is to keep a restaurant going,
I know what this is.
I think my restaurant would have like one food item.
It would definitely be a criollo restaurant. It'd be the best Puerto Rican food, and everyone would be union.
I have a 20-month-old, so I'm getting really good at like switching up mac and cheese recipes.
Mission accomplished.
Time to try the new sandwiches. Behind.
For FXM, I'm Tava Smiley. Thanks for watching.
My wedding to Mawa is quickly approaching, but treachery is afoot. Tuesday.
I think this little fella is having a tantrum.
I'm fine.
Is Nandor's wedding making you put your knickers inside a twist?
Some of these things are literally impossible. Name one.
You want a live dodo bird to roast.
You'll figure it out.
You are
I don't know what that is.
The giant lizard creature.
FX, what we do in the shadows. All new Tuesday at 10 on FX. Stream on Hulu.
Being a superhero is a trial by fire.
I'm not going to be a superhero.
I am a lawyer. I do things by the book.
Book of the Shanty.
Book of American laws.
She-Hulk, Attorney at Law. Original series streaming August 18th.
As a professional athlete, you want to do stuff that's awe-inspiring, death-defying.
I continue to chase that feeling, but there's an absolute moment of leap of faith.
To be an elite adventure athlete, you have to push past the fear to achieve a transcendent experience. Sometimes the only way to find the edge is to go over it.
3-2 pitch. Swung on a drill to right field. Going back Sanders on the track at the wall. See ya! See ya!
The Captain is a 7-part series on ESPN and ESPN Plus about Derek Jeter and the man behind the iconic number 2 Yankees pinstripe jersey. He played for the Yankees. I took that responsibility seriously. This series covers Derek's life as a family man, his biracial identity, and his endeavors of becoming the first black CEO of Major League Baseball. The time that Derek arrived with the Yankees, they were at the bottom of the standings, and then Derek Jeter comes in and just makes it some of the best times in New York City sports history. So the city was alive, electric, felt a very strong civic pride that I think is very important when you connect community and sports. Race and Derek's biracial identity are foundations of who he is. With his parents being an interracial couple, they did such a fantastic job of shaping Derek and his sister's viewpoints on how to treat others, and it shows itself in the way that Derek handled himself with class as he became one of the iconic figures in New York Yankees and Major League Baseball history.
Oh, what a play by Derek Jeter! A 3-run home run!
We had incredible access to Derek. He was very open and vulnerable. For someone that is pretty mysterious, the important access was to him. Pretty sure that story doesn't make this. We have great home video footage of Derek, and we want this to be a human story. We wanted to be mindful of those that didn't necessarily watch baseball and were curious to know more about the man, and that Derek Jeter was one of those people that transcended his craft. There's nothing I would have done differently if I were not the captain. You do what you feel is right to help the team.
A game-winning walk-off home run!
The Captain, presented by Capital One.
There's something out there. I've never seen anything like it.
From the director of 10 Cloverfield Lane.
I'm not frightened by a bear.
It's not a bear.
The Predator's first hunt on Earth is the movie about you can't miss. Think you're ready? Frey, rated R, now streaming only on Hulu.
More performances by Dr. Cole? That rocks. He's got the moves that make your animals groove. Let's go. It's a show you won't want to miss.
I'm not going to be forever. Maybe.
The Incredible Dr. Cole. New episode tonight at 9 on Nat Geo Wild.
I've got with me Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney, the new owners of Wrexham AFC.
What was the connection between you and Wrexham Football Club?
We had no direct connection. It was just a feeling.
What me and my dad thought was, because Wrexham's red, Deadpool's red, though.
That's the real reason. I'm sorry. I think the biggest challenge is the community looking around going, what are these two guys doing here?
Welcome to Wrexham. Only fools rush.
Is that the gym?
It will be the gym.
Wow. Yes, these will work.
Wrexham is a town that battles against odds constantly, but the thing that we love more than anything is the football club.
It's an underdog story, and it's about interconnectivity between the club and the community.
Football's more than a game. It's
It's not light and death. It's more important than that.
You're watching those games with your kids and your father, your mother, but I don't remember any specific game. I just remember watching my dad.
If they're successful, it will be the biggest day in the history of the town.
Do you like waiting in line for overpriced protein shakes at the smoothie bar? No. Or do you like showing off how you shake your little bottle at the gym? Maybe you have a thing for dry clumps of powder. If you answered yes to any of these, you're a weirdo. Very nice. For everyone else, it's time to upgrade to BlendJet 2. He shoots. He scores. Now you can make perfectly blended protein shakes in just 20 seconds. How is it, bro?
Bro, it tastes like a milkshake.
It even cleans itself.
Holy moly.
You can recharge quickly with any USB port. Choose from tons of manly colors like black, royal blue, and hot pink. Enjoy free express shipping from our California headquarters. Throw out with the ice-crushing power of BlendJet. Order yours now from BlendJet.com.
Underdog Fantasy is giving away millions of dollars in prizes this season. No algorithms, no math puzzles, just draft a team and you're in the game to win big. Go to UnderdogFantasy.com to get started.
Should Viagra really cost $90? We don't think so. RexMD.com has FDA-approved generic Viagra at 90% off. Just fill out a brief survey. If appropriate, you can try generic Viagra for 90% off and get a free supply of testosterone support. Visit RexMD.com.
This is Katja, and this is Maurice. Alone, they could only dream of volcanoes. Together, they can reach them.
Me fait remarquer que nous sommes fous de rester là. Et pourtant, nous restons.
In this fire, two lovers found a home.
Fire of Love, rated PG.
All right.
You want to tell me her name?
Welcome to the world premiere of the FX original series, The Old Man. Jeff Bridges and John Lithgow star in this dramatic action thriller about a rogue CIA officer on the run from assassins and his former colleague called on to hunt him down.
Hello? Hey, kid, it's me. They found me. I played a guy named Dan Chase, who was a CIA agent, and he's left that organization. Throughout the show, he's coming up to facing the consequences of what his prior life was, and that can get pretty messy at times.
I play Harold Harper, who's a high up in the FBI, and he has a history with Jeff Bridges. The two of them were operatives together with the CIA. Jeff was a renegade, doing the wrong things for the right reasons, and I allow him to do it. And that crisis from all those years before comes back to haunt them in the present day. This thing has been buried in the ground for 30 years. I wanted it to stay there.
My character is Zoe, and she is really the one person who is not part of this deep dark secret, and I'm a lady with an Airbnb, and then I get together with Jeff Bridges' character and go on the adventure.
How did you guys work together to bring to life your cat and mouse relationship and this complicated past to life?
So easy to act with Jeff Bridges. And we were supported by John Steinberg, our writer, on this incredible piece of screenwriting.
You're about to drive this to a place you're not gonna like when we get there.
You think I like any of this?
That was a lot of standing back and just watching the two of them paint and make music, and I think they each had the same respect for each other. It makes it really a joy to watch them figure out what their process looks like. It yielded some pretty great stuff.
Any more you send it, man, send them back in bags. Anyone you send it, my kid, I'm sending them back in pieces.
It's like full emotional contact. Once you're in his orbit, he'll send you the YouTube clips and the books that he's reading and just swapping. And I just feel really loved by him. And I realize, like, I think everybody on the set probably also feels that way.
Come with me, I'll tell you everything.
This is a game of strategy and deceit.
From executive producers of Love is Blind, 12 contestants compete to hide their superstar family ties. A new reality game.
It's so scary. The lights, the vibe, the Jonas Brothers.
Where no one is being real.
It's difficult to build a friendship when everybody's lying.
X is the type of guy that would stab you in the back.
I just feel so played. Don't hate the player, hate the game.
Claim to Fame. Meet Monday on ABC and stream on Hulu.
Sucker for you. We're back at the world premiere of the FX original series, The Old Man. Can you tell us about the action and fight scenes and what goes into pulling them off?
Jeff Bridges did a lot of working out and training. We don't have glamour and like ridiculous punch. We feel it. We feel it on him, and then we see it on his body.
Yeah, I'm fine. The dogs are fine. These fight scenes, if you're lucky enough, like we were, to have some masters in their craft, these stunt coordinators, were wonderful to work with. They make this fight seem so real.
How does this series balance action and thrills with meditative drama about life and aging?
That's what attracted me to this series, and I think it's what drew Jeff back into television. It is so complex. You have this character-driven story that is so moving, and the emotional stakes are so high. It will not be easy. There's nothing he won't do to ensure his own survival. There's no limit to the damage he'll do. This is not someone to underestimate.
I think of it, honestly, as a deconstruction of sort of the masculine archetype. We're going to, pound this person into submission, but what does that look like as you age, and what is the wreckage of that? And, then you have somebody like Zoe saying, who are you? Why are you doing this? And I don't think Dan has had somebody ask him that. It matters to me what happens to you after this. It matters to me that you make it out alive.
I think that's really comes from John Steinberg's script, how the script has those aspects in it, and you just do your best in each part that you have. I always thought of making movies as sort of pulling off a magic trick, that's never been done before, and you're trying to figure out how you can make it as entertaining as possible and as real as possible.
For FXM, I'm Tava Smiley. See you next time.
We could do a summer party. It's the weather.
Can we do the show outside or on the roof?
What are you gonna do to me?
I'm gonna make you perfect.
I just want to have some fun.
Do not open the door! Don't open it!
The dead never really leave us.
Your love is a curse that must be stopped. FX's American Horror Stories, now streaming only on Hulu.
Welcome to a special look at Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser, where the storytellers from Walt Disney Imagineering and Lucasfilm bring to life a new way to experience the epic adventures of Star Wars.
What makes Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser so special and will really connect with fans is that it's really your first opportunity to live Star Wars.
Star Wars lovers embark on a 2-night journey living aboard the Halcyon Starcruiser, where they choose their own unique storylines, adventures, and activities.
You can kind of pick and choose of what you want to focus on, and if you just love the kind of big hero's journey myth of Luke Skywalker or Rey or any of those characters, you can get on board with that. But if you really like knowing about the details of proton torpedoes on an X-Wing, we got that information for you too. You can just keep peeling back the onion of things that make you happy and make you excited.
Depending on how you choose to play, guests can experience completely different activities. For example, there's Bridge Operations Training Session, where you might find yourself at the helm of the bridge, blowing up TIE fighters and getting into the middle of the action yourself. The Lightsaber Training Pod is where guests do lightsaber training. So here, you'll wield a lightsaber and actually face off against a training remote. Blaster bolts will fire at you, and you're able to deflect those blaster beams holding your lightsaber, defending your friends and family behind you.
At its inception, the experience started with a single mission statement: how to get families to play together. Teams of experts from different fields and technologies, robotics, architecture, theater, gameplay, and of course, experts on the movies and television sagas came together to create this common vision of a world where guests get to live their story.
It's been an amazing partnership with Walt Disney Imagineering and Lucasfilm. Both sides bring such a huge amount of passion for both Star Wars and Disney parks, and it's just this big mind meld of Star Wars fandom and just wanting to give guests the best experience possible. When we started talking about finding a way to make the experiences even more immersive, my team is there to guide the Star Wars authenticity to make sure that all of the storytelling fits within the larger Star Wars worlds. And you really get to step away from the real world for a minute and just be Star Wars. It's not just for the core fans. They're going to love it and find all kinds of Easter eggs and fun stuff, but it's also for people that love the people that love Star Wars.
We hope you've enjoyed this special look at Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser, an out-of-this-world experience for the Star Wars fan in all of us.
Now streaming on Disney Plus. I never wear pants, but suddenly it feels weird to not be wearing pants. From the studio that brought you Toy Story. I see you. I'm gonna get you. Socks? Oh, I got you. Socks. Oh, yeah, sorry. Disney and Pixar's Lightyear. Rated PG. Now streaming on Disney Plus.
The sky over a local junior high has torn open.
Mom, get in now! What's happening?
Your dad is the devil, and you're the Antichrist.
You had sex with Satan!
We can take you to see your father.
She said I'd like to protect you.
She sounds like a...
Welcome to the metaphysical realm.
Hell yeah!
How do we depict a step-by-step loss of faith? Loss of everything that you have until now known to be true.
FX's Under the Banner of Heaven is about the lead character of Jed Pyrie when he discovers a murdered woman and her child. And it's about his exploration of his relationship with his faith and also trying to find out who did the crime.
Please help me find the rest of my family.
It centers around this heinous murder that occurred within a very, very high-ranking family in Utah.
There's a reason families 50 miles round have heard the Lafferty name, because together we can do anything.
The idea was that the show could feel like an investigation, a show that takes place almost entirely in Pyrie's mind. We see what he sees as he's investigating double murder.
Hands up! Hands in the air!
The series is an exploration of the complexities of unyielding faith.
When you become so ultra convinced that your convictions are the only convictions is when you need to look yourself in the mirror and go, is it really right?
I really do think the show will keep you on the edge of your seat from beginning to end. There's so many twists and turns, and it takes you on a real journey.
Yes, it has all these weighty themes, but ultimately, It's a crime thriller, and it's stranger than fiction in that way. And I find that really exciting.
I trust you recall the repercussions of sharing what is heaven's alone. I'm investigating murder.
We cry for those that we lost. We mourn them. Tear ourselves to pieces.
Hey, write that down.
So that we can build ourselves new on the other side. Why didn't anyone do that for me? Been here for 150 years.
Man, I'm in the bathroom.
FX's Reservation Dogs, now streaming only on Hulu.